My name's Dave Fitzgerald. I'm the author of a book called Nailed, 10 Christian Myths That Show Jesus Never Existed at All. I'm also the author of a new series called The Complete Heretic's Guide to Western Religion. The first book is coming out soon, and it's on the Mormons. And on a completely unrelated note, my author name is also Kilt Kilpatrick. I write heretic-friendly erotica, science fiction, and fantasy. I was raised Southern Baptist, and I was very devout Southern Baptist, had no doubts about it, knew all the answers left and right, you know, the one true faith. It wasn't until I was in my college years, I want to say 20 or so, that all changed, and it happened, there was a woman involved, like there is in every story involving my life. This girl was named Wendy, and the way we would flirt with each other is we'd have theological arguments with each other. And so one day we're going at it, and she says, "Oh, Dave, well, you know, the Hindu religion is like 3,000 years older than Christianity." And I'm all set to jump down her case and go, "Oh, no, it's not. Oh." And I stopped, and before a single word got out of my mouth, I realized I had no friggin' idea if Christianity was older than Hinduism or not. And it was that realization that I was just parroting back something that I had no idea was true or not, because it was this knee-jerk reaction. And that realization freaked me out. Yeah, you know that Talking Heads song, Once in a Lifetime, where he goes, "Same as it ever was," and the "Am I right or am I wrong? My God, what have I done?" That, I swear, there was a little dead burn on my shoulders singing that thing. And I realized, it's like, you know, I'm just like the Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm just being, you know, this mindless robot. And that really freaked me out. I could not look at Christianity the same way from that millisecond on.
You value truth.
I value truth. I've been raised to value truth, and that we had the truth, and you have to defend the truth. And then when I realized, gee, I wonder if this is true, then all of a sudden, when you look at it with those fresh eyes, it's so obviously not true. It's completely made up. I remember writing big, long treatises in defending creationism. It's like, as soon as I lost my religion, I didn't even have to think about it. It's like, of course evolution is true. It just seemed so obvious in hindsight. And I went from being this guy who, as a Christian, I had this real arrogant know-it-all, we have the answers, they are all wrong. And it was like the Terminator. I'd go around being, oh, he's going to hell, he's saved, he's going to hell, he believes the right thing, he believes the wrong thing. And now, it's like, when you get rid of that, yeah, of course, we're safe, we've got all the answers. But once you get rid of that mindset, all of a sudden you can relate to everybody across the board, black, white, race, creed, color, sexual orientation. None of that matters anymore at all. You feel your connection to them just because they're human. The one thing I noticed the most about the difference between being a Christian and being a non-Christian is just the connection I have to people now. And I'm thinking, you know, back when I was a Christian and just constantly judging everybody on whether they believe the same thing as I did or not, it's so refreshing to have been able to get rid of that baggage and not worry about it. And I think, you know, how many people did I miss out on having a really cool relationship on because they didn't believe the same things I did, or they believed it the wrong way, or any of the number, you know, the endless ways that religions divide us. It really kind of chaps my hide now when I think about that. It's one of the things that religion gets a free pass on, and really, it's a really it's a terrible thing about religion, the way it can just divide everybody all the time, constantly, for no good reasons at all. You know, if you're out there and you're on the fence now about whether religion that you were brought up in or that you came to embrace is true or not, or you're wrestling with your doubts, there's a great quote. It says, "Doubt is God's way of telling you he doesn't exist." And I should point out that there's lots of different ways that your life will be better if you take that courage to determine whether this thing is true or not. Not because you wish it were true, not because you want it to be true, but whether things correspond to reality in a real way, in a solid way. Because if they don't, what value are they? You can make up whatever you want, and people have, about heaven and goodness and badness and the right way to live, but if they don't correspond to reality, they're useless, worthless, and it's time to let go of them, and we all need to do that. I'm Dave Fitzgerald. I've been an atheist for 29 years, and remember, we are atheism.